All right, so I'm looking at this one, and this is actually a good example of how people start building a credit profile the right way because it's not talking about hacks or shortcuts. It's really just focusing on adding something real to the file. So, right here at the top, it's explaining primary trade lines. And this is important because a lot of people confuse this with authorized user stuff, but this is completely different since the account actually belongs to you. That means the full history, the payments, everything ties directly to your profile, which is why it carries more weight over time. And as I'm scrolling, it starts tying that into how scores are actually calculated. And this is where things usually click for people. Your profile isn't random, it's built off a few core factors like payment history, how you use credit, how long accounts have been open. So when you add something new that reports properly, it starts feeding into those categories, and that's what creates movement. Now, this next part is where most people mess up without realizing it. It's talking about making sure your information matches exactly. And that sounds simple, but this is where people rush. They use different addresses, different formats of their name, inconsistent details, and then wonder why nothing reports correctly. Everything in this process is based on alignment. If your data doesn't match, the system doesn't connect things the way it should. As I keep going, it's showing how the account gets set up, verifying your info, selecting the right location, things like that. And none of this is complicated, but it has to be clean because, again, this isn't about just opening an account. It's about making sure it actually reports and reflects correctly on your profile. Then it gets into choosing something that actually reports monthly, which is another key detail because not every product does that consistently. And once that's active, that's when the timeline starts. You'll usually see movement starting early in the first cycle, and then over time it builds, especially if payments stay consistent. But this is where patience comes in because people expect instant results and then fall off when it doesn't happen overnight. In reality, this is about stacking consistency over time. That's what leads to approvals, better limits, and access to funding later on. And that's really the bigger picture here. You're not just opening an account, you're building a foundation that other opportunities stack on top of. Most people fail because they rush, they skip steps, they don't keep things organized, and they don't stay consistent long enough to see results. If you actually focus on structure and doing things in order, it works the way it's supposed to. If you want the full breakdowns, templates, and updated methods we're using, tap into the Patreon. Link is in the bio. There's a full library in there, and you get a 7-day free trial so you can go through everything first. And if you've got questions or want help with your setup, join the Discord. Link is in the bio. We're active in there, and if needed, we can guide you through it or even handle parts of the process with you inside. At the end of the day, this isn't about shortcuts. It's about having the right structure and letting it build the right way.